Welcome to Chorizo
Cool.
Time.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to the guests.
My name's Anna. I am Ukrainian. I moved here 6 years ago. Been in the States for 6 years. I've been passionate about fitness and wellness and health and pole dancing, fitness related and mental well-being as well as physical.
That's amazing. So, prior to 6 years, you're from Ukraine or UK?
Ukraine's.
Okay,
That's where you can hear the accent from.
okay, so you are based out there and you came out here. That's
Yes.
amazing. How was the
Yes.
life living out there? It's one of the bucket lists to go out there.
Don't go now. There's war.
Oh, my bad.
I lived there for 15 years. So I moved to the States when I was a teenager. It was way easier for me than my mom. My mom was having a harder time adapting with the language and stuff. For me, since I was brought into school, I was able to absorb how they speak, their kind of like habits and how they live because it's so different. That's where like your question came in, like how is it different back in Ukraine and here? The biggest thing is mentality as well as habits and how people interact with each other. In my opinion, there's more kindness here in the States. Even if it's fake, sometimes you can notice it, but it feels better. In Ukraine, I feel like a lot of people are in the state of survival still from the older generations, from the previous generations. They are still in that mindset of being ready, being prepared to like fight. Everyone is more closed off versus being open. From the community standpoint, people tend to come across as more closed off and in their own minds.
Yeah.
Where here, I'm noticing a lot of people are more open. There's more smiles. It's not common in Ukraine to walk around the city and then people smiling at you. People would think you're crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
here, I'm really enjoying the part of being able to smile at a stranger and compliment somebody's shirt or outfit. Again, that's not really a thing in Ukraine. People would probably think you're weird. Mentality.
So, by you being here, seeing literally it was just a whole 180 from smiling, hello. You're
Yeah.
just like, holy shit, this guy complimented me, or you complimented them, and it was
Right?
more of a positive outcome instead of, like you said, oh, out there they're used to just looking
Yeah.
at you like, why'd you compliment me?
Exactly.
Crazy.
I think people are more judgmental there. Again, because of the previous generations, and maybe it's changing now. I haven't been there in 6 years.
Yes.
Maybe it's changing, but in terms of mentality, I think people are more in their heads about themselves, about others, and that comes from their parents and grandparents who taught them that mentality, and people just kind of got stuck in that. There's more open mindedness and more carefree vibe for me that I'm noticing in the US, where people are more open and wear whatever they want, they are able to show up more as they are, like how they are, just authentic, being authentic. Instead of Ukraine, there are certain standards I feel like that people are still striving to fit, and it's more visible, I think.
I got it. But you're liking it. You like the style more. You feel more free here in a way.
Yeah, that's a good word. It's like American opportunity. That's a big thing in Ukraine. Like people think that you move to the States and you just become filled with opportunities, which is true, but you also create them. And I feel like the United States gave me that feeling of freedom to pursue those opportunities.
Understood. Were you, so you said when you came here to the US, you were more into the fitness industry, or were you already taking the fitness industry while you were in the Ukraine?
I started pole fitness. That was my definition of fitness. I was 12 when I started. My mom got me into it. She used to do it and she's still doing it now. We're doing doubles. We're competing together nowadays.
Really?
Back in Ukraine, that's who I performed for the first time in my first competition was with my mom as a duet, which was super cool. I fell in love with pole right in the first class when I did it. I did like dance previously, gymnastics-ish, like acrobatics, but then pole gave me a chance to combine all at once, the strength, the flexibility, the ability to express myself through the movements, through the dance, and strength and power all at once. And I loved it. And I was doing it very consistent in Ukraine. And then I started teaching little kids. In Ukraine, pole is more considered as a style of gymnastics. So parents will get their kids in pole. as a way to get their energy out. Like here, soccer, basketball, there, like gymnastics, pole dance is very common for girls. I started teaching little kids when I was 15 and slowly progressed to teaching adults. And that was my fitness lifestyle. I didn't step in the foot into the gym back in Ukraine. I didn't weight lift. I didn't really know that was a thing. But here, when I moved to the States, I didn't find a pole studio right away. There was no really good pole studios or affordable or close enough to my house. So I had to take a break. I took a 3-year break from pole. And that's where I got to weightlifting and like strength training at the gym because there was nothing else out there for me to do. I didn't know dance classes. I just moved here, so I had no idea what's happening, how to interact with people, how to find places. I couldn't drive, didn't have a car. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just start working out at my house, like
Yeah.
at home. I started looking up videos on Instagram, on YouTube of girls looking buff, and I was like, I want to be like her. I started taking screenshots of the videos they were posting, and I would work out in my room.
That's amazing. A lot of the times people feel like they need to go to the gym to learn something, but learning on social media, figuring out how they did it, you can get a bomb workout at home with the right equipment. Sometimes you don't need weights. You can do bands, body lifting, but you already have strength because
Pole dancing.
pole dancing to me is one hell of a strength that you need. It's a lot of upper body work as well. I know because of the going up and everything,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling it has to do a lot with legs as well because you gotta hold yourself. I seen a video on your social media that you posted all the way at the very top. It looked like you were in a garage. And this pole looked like it was like what, 20 feet, 30 feet high.
Yeah.
So it scared the living shit out of me because you did a backflip. You did a backflip and you, without your hands, and recaught yourself with your feet. You interlocked that pole. That is amazing. Just seeing that happen, I really, I analyzed the video. I said, okay, cool. I started thinking, oh, what if she were to fall? What caught her? She probably has foam underneath. No, you went raw. Straight concrete was on the ground. That would have really hurt. I'm glad that it didn't happen.
Right.
Because that would have really fucked some shit up.
Totally.
But you have some major skills on pole dancing, especially doing that. Everybody definitely look at that video. I hope you have it posted because I saw it on your story.
I don't have it posted.
You have that posted. Everybody
post
needs to
it.
see that video. That thing will go viral because I'm just saying, it's fucking nuts, guys. I'm not even playing. You really look at it, it's amazing. I props to you on that.
Thank you.
But then I saw another one too as well. So on your stories, that's your mother that's doing it with you, right? I think you bumped her head on the pool.
We're prepping for a competition now. The competition is in November, so we're going to do doubles with her. Like mom and daughter duet. She just got back to pole about a year and a half ago. She took a break, same in Ukraine, like she did it, and then she took a break. We moved here. She kind of got caught up with her stuff. Me, coming an instructor here at the Vertical Bar, that's where I teach, she got inspired as well, and she wanted to come back to it, and now she's gaining her strength back, and she's a rock star. She's my biggest inspiration.
I love that. I love the mom and daughter duo. It's amazing. She supports it. You support
she
her.
supports it.
Your dad supports it. It's just a family thing. A lot of the times when people hear, oh, pole dancing, people think it's an exotic dancer out there doing what they got to do. It's not all about that. It's an exercise. It's a sport. You say you're in competition. I can't wait to see when you post it. Because if I could
will.
already see a competition, people are going to bring the best of the best. People better be ready for you to do that backflip again.
I compete a lot. I compete all the time. My last competition was in March 2020, but I injured my shoulder and I couldn't compete. I had to slow down, which was the biggest hit mentally and physically. I'm sure for a lot of athletes, weightlifters, like bodybuilders, powerlifters, everyone going through an injury or having to take a break after being so consistent and dedicated, it's a crush. You think your life is ending. I thought, and everyone going through it right now thinks that you're losing a part of yourself, but you also have to remind yourself that if you want to do it long term, because I'm only 21, I don't want to retire yet. I need to be cautious and mindful, take a step back and be okay with slowing down and then coming back next season stronger.
I think that's the best way to do it. Take time off. Definitely help yourself out. Recover. You're doing the right way, honestly. Just let the body heal. Make sure it's
Yeah.
stronger. Slowly progress it. Like you said, you're only 21. There's more to come. You are just getting everything started. I see that I could see you blowing up crazy in the industry, fitness. You're in here as well. You're coaching people as well, which is amazing. Love seeing when you train people because I can see that you're kicking their butt. They come out of
I
here.
mean,
They do.
yes.
You are succeeding. I love the fact that you're changing someone's lifestyle as well. So, as in coaching, are you coaching with meal
Mhm.
prep, and everything, the whole 9 yards too? Your package comes with it.
Not necessarily unless the person who I'm coaching asks for it. I used to offer online coaching and in-person coaching, but it just seemed like it wasn't fully aligned with me. I was slowly shifting to the pole industry, coaching one-on-ones and doing more classes, but now I feel like the universe is pointing back at it, giving me more opportunities and more like a second chance, another chance, and like keep keeps pushing me a little bit to the point where I can understand and take that on. So I'm slowly making my way to coaching back. I've been loving it. It's amazing and I want to get more clients. I'm super happy to see people succeed and progress and see the results. So unless somebody asks, I totally am happy to. I have the certifications. I know how to do it. I used to do it. But for current package of clients that I have, we're just doing one-on-ones in person over here.
That's amazing. You see, everybody, she got her certifications. Is there a
Yes.
point in time with the meals where you said on social media you were to see these girls and say, "Oh, I want to be buff like them," but they're
Mm,
not buff; they're fit, right? A lot of
exactly.
the times, I think women, when they want to change, even
Mm-hmm.
for men too, it goes both ways. I want to be buff, but I don't want to be buff, or they say I don't want to work out too much because I'm gonna look like that. It
Mm,
doesn't work like that.
no. I think it all comes with knowledge and experience, and you have to experience it yourself to see what works for your body and what doesn't. And of course, there's a lot of mind fucks out there that get to you, and the body dysmorphia and all the myths on Instagram. But I think it's so individual, and you can't compare your body to somebody else and think that you're going to look exactly like that because you're not. You are one of a kind. You were built so differently. You're maybe from a different country, like me. Like, I can't compare myself to a girl from a different country. Genetics are massive.
Correct.
And food, especially with food, for me, it was trial and error. For everyone, it is. And everyone should try something, assess if it works or if it doesn't, and then make changes. You can't jump from diet to diet without staying consistent to something for at least 2, 3 months and see the results. Like, you have to try it, stay consistent, and then assess, and then maybe do some tweaks to it. I had an eating disorder history back in Ukraine and also here. You might have seen the transformation that I post.
I definitely wanted to bring that up, but you already brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up. So you said eating.
It started when I was younger. I was probably 14, 13, where mine started to shift. And I think it came from consuming a lot of content on social media with the trend of being skinny. And now thinking back, actually, my pole instructor was hosting like a lose fat month or something where you go on a strict diet, like not balanced diet at all, but basically cutting out carbs, counting everything. And I had no idea what counting calories were. Like, I had no idea what calories were. As a 13-year-old, I was influenced so easily and I wanted to be like my coach. She was my idol. She was amazing in pole. She looked amazing. And I was like, well, I might try it. And then my mom supported me. Again, my mom's my one of the biggest supporter I have. She did it with me. She was excited to try prep meals together and kind of get into that. She was also going through stuff with my biological dad. They went through a divorce. As a child, that affected me a lot and made me want to fill the empty space with something. Being focused on food helped me fill that gap. So that together with my mom jumping into it right away was like, oh my gosh, this is what I should be doing. Like, this is the right thing to lose weight, to be skinnier, to, fit in society better. At a time, I did the month consistently. The coach gave me compliments, like it was amazing, like it floated. But then the month ended and they were done with their month of losing weight, losing fat, and everyone came back to their normal eating. For me, it was harder. I just couldn't see the way back to the normal eating. This was the norm for me now, like restricting myself, cutting out carbs, cutting out fats. I don't remember exact numbers, but I would say in about 2 months, I lost maybe like 12, 15 pounds. Sorry, not month, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It's
So in two
dramatic.
weeks, I lost about 12 pounds. I'm trying to translate it to kilos.
Whole.
I have the tendency to just jump into something and go for it. I think I'm pretty disciplined. I can stick to a plan. I'm very good at being disciplined and having that drive to just get that done. So I was just excited and I kept going. And slowly I didn't see my body changing. When people started to notice, they were asking, "Are you okay? How are you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just doing my thing." Slowly, a big cloud went over my head with trying to restrict food, trying not to eat any fat at all, like counting everything to a single like gram, like even lettuce, like I would weight lettuce.
We lettuce?
Yeah,
No
on
shit.
scale and put it in my macros to make sure that piece of lettuce would be counted. Like it went crazy. Then my mom started to get worried. She asked me to stop, but I just couldn't. I literally just couldn't. She would try and secretly add like extra milk to my cereal and I'll pour it out. She would like put me snacks, get me snacks for school, and I would just give it to dogs. I felt horrible doing that, but it seemed like it wasn't even me. It was a second anorexic part of me that was doing that. Totally unconscious. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just trying to get rid of the calories. So I was eating maybe 300 a day. And I
Calories a
was
day?
and I was doing pole every day for 5 hours. I was coaching, I was training, I was trying to do some weights like bicep curls. It was crazy.
How'd you have the strength to pull up that if you were
I
just literally on no
I
carb?
know.
300 calories.
I
Oh my
don't
goodness.
even know. I'm looking back at the videos and seeing myself going upside down and stuff, and I'm like, I literally don't know how I did it. There was a point where I passed out at home and had to be hospitalized. They did all the tests and they put the diagnosis of anorexia, and they recommended me to be put to like not an asylum necessarily, but kind of like a psyche hospital for people with mental illnesses, not necessarily eating disorder specifically, but just a big hospital with people with mental illnesses.
They try to put you in that category, but you weren't in
Exactly.
that. It's
Yeah.
because you were so strict on your diet. Going through that, were you thinking, oh, maybe if I was to eat this, I'm going to get fat? That's what was
there
going
was
through your head, huh?
the biggest fear of me getting fat. I would check my body every day, like going to the mirror, not even every day, like every hour after I ate anything. I would go to the mirror, do a bunch of turns and squeeze my skin to see how much fat I have. I would always check my wrist. That might be triggering for some people because a lot of people still do it who are in that anorexic and eating disorder state, checking your wrist to make sure it's skinny enough and then check here. Every day that would be my ritual to make sure I didn't gain any weight, and then my scale number would go down, but in the mirror you would see a fat person. I literally saw the biggest me ever possible.
No way.
It's crazy.
That's crazy what the mind can do. So when that happened, hospital, they want to take you to
Yeah.
a secret place,
Yeah.
a warfare.
Yeah, exactly.
What went through your parents' head in that? Where I was like, did you talk like, yo, ma, I ain't fucked up, mom. Like, you know, I'm not fucked
Yeah.
up. Trying to be in this position.
I had realization that it was wrong what I was doing. Like it was totally unhealthy and it wasn't serving me. Like my health was just collapsing and I knew it, but it also gave me a sense of I'm better than normal people. Like I'm unique, I'm special because I'm that skinny, because people are giving me attention and pointing out those things. Like it was a lot of insecurities back then deep inside that I was trying to mask through being in control of my food and looking a certain way. My mom was freaking out. She was not having it. We would have a lot of fights. That was probably the worst relationship we had with her during that time because there was always fights with me eating less and her wanting me to eat more, wanting to recover. But I just couldn't. It was like such a mind block to start eating more. Like I literally couldn't force myself. I would try and then I would binge work out for like 5 hours to burn it all off and make sure I don't gain any weight. But after hospital, I started to realize slowly that like it's not working. Like I lost my period for 5 years and I want to have kids in the future. And that was such a big thing of like, oh my gosh, what am I doing to my body?
That's crazy. So your period didn't happen for 5 years?
5 years overall being in that eating disorder. I didn't have any fat in my body or I wasn't intaking. So my body just shut down those processes because my body wanted to make sure my heart is still running, like my normal processes are still going. That was just an extra thing that my body was like, okay, we don't have energy for that, literally products for this, so we're going to shut it down.
That's how the body runs. It said, shutting baby maker.
Yeah,
We're going to make sure heart is pumping.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
now you're better coming in
Yeah.
after the hospital.
Yeah.
You're eating more. From the hospital, the eating intake, Was it tough consuming more and more calories and from 300 calories a day?
It was very difficult, but we took a slower approach. We hired a dietitian. She would write all meal plans for me. I'd have an appointment. She would write down and print like a meal plan that I would follow and then see her in a week. That worked. That worked great. I started gaining weight. I was healthier. I was stronger. It was harder mentally, but I knew I had to do it. And it was all healthy food. My brain was like, okay, we can deal with that. But it went from like 300, 500 to 2,500. Like so much. It was so difficult for my stomach to like even do that, expand, because it was so tiny, I'm sure. Yeah. It was happening for about 4 months. I was gaining weight, getting healthier, happier, but then we moved here. I lost the dietitian. I couldn't follow the meal plans because she was in a different country, so I slid back into that, and I lost even more pounds than I first did, so I was way more skinnier. Like my lowest probably was 80 pounds, weighing 80 pounds as a 15-year-old female.
80 pounds. Mm-hmm. And now you are at?
I'm about 145. I don't check my weight often.
But you're up there now.
Yeah.
Which is great. Coming from that.
It is great.
Now you have this more strength like crazy. I just think it's great that now you're in a better state due to the fact that obviously back then you were thinking this was the best route. But it led you into the hospital. Freaking the fuck out of your mom, huh? She's like, oh, fuck.
She blamed it on herself. Like, I'm a bad mom. How could I let that happen? No, it was all me.
Well, as a parent, I'm a father. I will blame myself too as well. Like your mom, she said. But she's not bad. She was just probably worried as fuck through a hard time.
I sure did.
But look at it now.
Yeah. And I guess the main point that I want to deliver to other girls who might be struggling with that, it's a learning process. You cannot help a person who is not ready. I had to go through all that and learn, like the hospital, the passing out, the fainting, the weaknesses, the hormonal stuff, to be able to come to a point where, okay, I'm ready to get help and actually start eating. One day I was just like, okay, I'm going to start slowly and go consistent with eating. And again, it was a learning curve of my body craving all the crazy stuff, like all the sweets. My diet was, I'm not saying it's horrible. It is what it needed to be at that time. But for like 2-3 months, I was just eating like pastries and chocolate and peanuts, all the things that I was restricting. My body was in a starvation mode, so I tried to get as much out of it as possible. It wasn't binge eating, but it was just extra hunger. My body was just, oh my gosh, we can eat all the things, like we're gonna eat it now. I was crying every day. It was horrible mentally, but this is where COVID helped me and pretty much saved me mentally, to be at home and consume all that and not worry about how other people will see me. I don't have to show up to the world just yet. I'm still in the process of recovering and rebuilding myself into something bigger that I know it's going to come. So that was a really tough but beautiful time for me, exploring and figuring out what works and what doesn't. People go wrong with restricting, because as soon as you let your body know that you cannot have it, your body will be like, okay, I want to have it 5 times more now. You don't need to restrict. You just have to find that balance. And that comes with, again, experience, trial and error, just letting yourself enjoy the foods without the guilt, because the guilt gives you that sense of resentment towards yourself and towards your body.
I totally agree. If you're on prep, there is a time and point where I know 90% of the people that I've spoken to even agree when it comes down to it. I took a whole day and I just ate everything from top fat foods, everything. The body needed it. And a lot of times when they do that, they wake up skinnier. Or sometimes the body needs a reset, because like what they call it, you plateau.
Yeah.
You plateau. So that's why people say, hey, you need a refeed. What kind of lifestyle do you want? To compete? Do you just want the lifestyle? Meal prepping, coaching, making sure you're not going crazy, keep you where you want to be, growing muscle, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
But I like how you said the whole fact that women out there right now, to this day too, can still be in the position. How do you say, bulimic?
It could be, yeah.
Bulimic?
Any eating disorder.
Let's say eating disorder. It has different meanings and words. She went through hell to get to where she wants to be, and look at her now, killing the game, about to compete, looking healthier, feeling healthier. Do you feel sometimes like it was really one of those crazy things that maybe right now some men and women, because men go through it too.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, holy shit, I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I need to be skinnier. When you're not. How can you feel, how can you say it as in, what would you tell them If let's say we have somebody here right now and had that problem, and we're like, yo, you're not fat. What is something that you feel like, let's pretend average Joe's right
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
right now. What would you tell that person that want the help but don't know how to get the help? How would you proceed that?
I would start by just acknowledging that their feelings are valid and you might feel a certain way, but where is the real reason coming from? Is it coming from the deep trauma from the past where your parents told you you're not enough or you are not something that they expect you to be? Like, are you trying to fulfill somebody else's expectations, or is it coming from the deep sense of, oh, I just don't feel healthy. I feel like I can't run. I can't play with my dog. I can't play with my kids. Where is that coming from? If there's a true motivation that is coming from being healthier, feeling better overall, then it's a slow approach to better well-being. It's changing the little habits, not drinking a full soda, but maybe drinking half of it, or instead of getting a full burger, getting a lettuce wrapped something. So it's changing the little steps that will lead to long-term change instead of trying to right away jump into a diet, get skinnier, or jump on bulk to get bigger, and then you don't stick to it and it just goes out of the window after a month because there was no true deep anchored reason within yourself. It was you trying to chase something on the outside. I'm a big believer in approaching food nowadays from a mental standpoint. I've done a lot of therapy, a lot of mind work around food to be able to help others and coach people with that awareness. So anytime somebody says, I'm too fat, like, are you really? Or is it a belief that was put onto you or social media content that you've consumed? Where is that coming from? Or I'm too skinny. Well, you're too skinny for yourself or somebody else. Is that a true reasoning? There's always a deep reasoning when somebody points out on their body. It's a deep insecurity or the deep wound that still wasn't, I guess, acknowledged. Because you cannot change anything on the outside and think that's going to make you feel better. You need to look from the inside, make yourself feel better, ground yourself, fill your life with things that you enjoy and make you happy. And then the outside is just going to change.
Agree. I seen some too where it can be in real life too as well, but I seen in some movies or a series, I forgot, where this person wanted to be with this other person, but that person was more of a fit zone. So the other individual was saying, oh, fuck, I need to get skinnier and skinnier so I can be in their zone, so they can fucks with me. I feel that a lot of times too, it's just don't worry about others. Just because that person likes this body or some shit and you want to be that type of person as well, or that body, don't worry about that because that can fuck you up too.
Totally. And I can definitely relate to what you were saying. When I started dating, he was big into his keto phase where you cut out carbs, eat one meal a day maybe, and then a lot of protein, a lot of fat. He was just in a flow, doing his thing, being happy with that diet. But because it didn't match me, it almost made me feel like I needed to change to fit in. And that's where I needed to really take a step back, look inward, and separate to not become one with their lifestyle. Like, whenever you're trying to do something for the other person, it will never work out because you're losing yourself. And whenever you're losing yourself, there's nothing to offer to the other person. So you need to, so I needed to really look at myself and be like, this is what I'm doing. This is what feels good to my body. I do not need necessarily to match somebody else's eating habits to be with
loved.
that person. Exactly. Be loved and be accepted and be given attention and
Acknowledged.
support.
Well, that's amazing. You don't have to be in the same meal prep plans just to be loved. That person's gonna love you. The fact that he has a big heart, I love
Exactly.
him. He's amazing. I love the guy. I'm glad he's back. Right when I saw him walking through the
Yes.
door, I said, the guy is back. But this is the part where I enjoy. He probably was with you and said, you got to do you. And obviously, he's going to respect his, but he respecting you instead of probably you have those others where they go like, oh, no, you got to do what I'm doing. You got to eat how I eat. If I'm on keto, you're on keto. I've seen a lot of couples out there where they said, oh, yeah, I'm on a liquid diet. A liquid diet? No, you know your body needs it. Oh, no, I'm on a liquid diet because I need to lose weight. You're doing it the wrong way. Definitely doing it the wrong way. A liquid diet is not going to do much to you. You're just going to shit water.
Exactly.
I love the fact that he's there for you. He sees a lot. I can see him here. I see how he looks at you. You're his one, just being there. He's on his own diet. I see his diets. when he posts it. I love seeing his stuff. It's amazing. You're on a different diet. You guys both are happy. That's all that matters at the end of the day. You're happy. He's happy. You're eating. He's eating. Just run it.
Just focus on you, and that's when you can come together with a different person and share and experience things together, for sure.
That's life. You got to experience things together. You got to sometimes go through some shit, know what works best. Either it's for you or it's not.
Right.
Don't just stick with something just because of that person. It has a different lifestyle, because it might not be for you. It might be for you. Who knows?
Communicate with each other.
Communication is key.
The biggest thing that helped is me communicating about my past and just letting him know about my history with food. Sometimes I'm more comfortable, sometimes I'm not. There's still triggers that can pop up, and they do. And that's okay. I can notice them and be like, okay, that's just another thing that we're going to roll through. And he's there to support instead of judge or think that it's wrong, or him jumping into what I'm doing. Like, he's sticking to his thing while I'm going through that phase. And then we're able to, again, just be regulated. And
I love that.
but it's coming, vocalizing what you're feeling.
That's amazing. The part where you said support. Your partner supports what you do. I remember he was sitting here and you guys were going downtown for a pool event or something.
Or I was performing on the pole. Like, what guy would be comfortable and supportive watching somebody just perform on the pole? I don't think a lot of people would be comfortable, and I'm so grateful and happy that my partner is able to see the deep passion and where I'm coming from to perform and to illustrate that pole is more than just a normalized stripping thing.
That's the best. Sees the best of it. He doesn't see you as a stripper, or let's not call him stripper, exotic or whatever. They get mad like, oh, I'm not a stripper. Who cares? But it's good. He's very supportive. He doesn't see you as that. He sees you as an instructor, pole dancer that is doing some crazy shit. And I could only imagine what you're going to be doing in competition, just because if I already saw one clip that blew my mind, I could already imagine what you're going to do, because that's just the beginning of what you're doing, right?
I've competed for 6 years.
So you know a lot.
I've won the San Francisco comp this year, and I got the pro card. So I was going to go to nationals this October, but because of my shoulder, I wasn't able to. So I still have the pro card, saved it for next year.
So pro card, as you say, now we're going to something else. So pro card. Is it just like bodybuilding in a way, pro card type of stuff?
I'm not too familiar with how it works with bodybuilding when you get a pro card and then go to nationals. There are different levels in pole. There's 5 levels. Only level 5 can compete, win, and go to nationals. If you win in level 4, you just move up level. You like if you place first. If you place first, second, or third in level 5, then you go to nationals. So first, second, or third will send you to nationals. But first place gives you that pro card where you do not have to audition for it. The winning level 5 will just get you a free route pretty much to nationals.
You win money.
I did.
Yeah.
So I got the pro card, but I didn't go to nationals this year. I was so upset. So sad.
Because you got injured, you're going to come back. You're going to take. That's all that matters. See, I didn't know there was such thing in that industry for that. So that's pretty cool. That's something new that I learned as of right now, today.
Yeah. There's 2 divisions, sport and artistic. Artistic is about telling a story, becoming a character, portraying the story through your pole routine, wearing an outfit, picking music that matches the story. Sport is more like gymnastics. They don't look at your outfit as much. They don't look at the music that you chose. It's more about just being clear tricks, pointed toes, straight knees, like all pretty executed hard tricks. In art, it's more about being open and telling whatever story you want. I competed in artistic because I like telling a story, becoming a character.
That's awesome. See, just more and more into this world, United States too here, where you're pretty much doing it, because that was over there too, Ukraine, right? All of that. So see, it's worldwide.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know. Probably a lot of people are just finding out about that as well, just because we're so into our own zones and world.
Right.
But that's amazing. Congrats to you. Congrats on your pro card.
Thank you.
We're going to see what's going to come next. Competition with your ma.
Yeah. That's coming up.
So are you prepping right now for meal-wise as the 2? Like, do you have to be at a certain weight for pole?
That's the beauty of pole that I love, is you don't need to have any requirements. There is age separation and gender, which is fair, Because if I were to compete with like an 8-year-old, she's gonna smoke me. She's gonna be so flexible, so strong. So there's a reasoning for divisions. But weight wise, you can be 300 pounds, you can be 80 pounds, and they're still gonna put you in the same category. And actually, the heavier girl may win. It's amazing to see the opportunities for everyone, the winning for everyone, and the chance to shine with their talent. And that's why I love about pole versus bodybuilding, because I get asked if I compete in bodybuilding or want to compete.
I could see it.
I'm not against it. I love people doing whatever they're doing, but personally, it just doesn't align with my story and my past. I love the idea of being judged by your skill and character rather than just the look. I feel like people are being judgy about looks in everyday life by just how you dressed, how you look, your body. Like, we're getting those eyes every day on us. I don't want to necessarily experience that on stage where I'm naked and everyone's judging me on my look versus what I can deliver and show and inspire.
Yeah, bodybuilding, that's what it is. Like you said, they judge you. Clearly, you're more than naked. You just got a top and bottom. It's crazy when it comes to that industry. When a girl is pretty much just in a bikini, nobody's looking at them in a sexual way.
Yes.
They're looking at them like, where those glutes come from? Or look at those hammies. It's insane how the body works so hard to get those muscle groups.
Right.
With you, it's just, you know what? I'm going to feel great. I'm going to look great. But a storytelling, because you say you're going to dress up and the whole
You
9
get
yards.
props. My previous theme was a really famous song, A Bird Set Free. My
Okay.
story was just coming out of a lower place and finding your freedom and getting yourself unstuck in certain beliefs and lifestyles and all the things you can think of. I had wings and I started on the pole with my wings being tied up. I was tied in the rope. So I climbed the pole. I was just sitting on the pole, started my routine like that, and then took the rope off, and then eventually the wings came off. And
Hold on. So you tied yourself on the ground first.
yes, and then I climb.
How'd you climb if you're tied up? Like,
It was difficult. It was kind of ugly.
but
It
you got up
worked.
there.
Yeah, I got up there. It was kind of ugly, but not difficult.
Did you get points? Good points for that? Because that's, I bet. but
Maybe, I
tie a
don't know.
motherfucker up. Ain't nobody doing that shit. So, hell yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I didn't think about that, but maybe.
That's amazing.
Hopefully I
Just straight into routine when you were up there. Music started and
Yeah.
flock the wings.
And it's my favorite thing, being on stage and feeling the spotlights and just feeling like you've worked for this routine, because you ideally would prepare for the competition. I like myself doing it like 5 months in advance. Like having my routine, started to think about it, picking the music, picking the outfit, moves, combos. That's where I feel comfortable.
Okay.
Great. I can do it. It's the best feeling of being there, knowing that you put in the work, you have your routine, this is what you are presenting, and there are other people who get inspired by your moves. The community, the pole community is my favorite thing. It's such a big supportive group of people, women, men, everyone there for you.
Everybody has the same community, you know. Just, I love it. I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing next,
Yes.
especially with the duel with your mom. It's going to be crazy. Just can't wait to see you post it. But I would love if you can post that backflip.
Yes, I will.
Everybody needs to see that backflip. There's some members here at Diamond that said, hey, did you see her post that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, did you see the ground? Yeah. I would have been in the hospital. They said the same thing.
That's hilarious.
They were telling me that has a lot to do with upper strength, core, legs. It's everything. You're literally using your whole body to do it all, which is cool. I think it's cool. I won't do it just because I don't think I'll be great at it. Plus, I'm not flexible at all.
I really want you to try it now. But I'll go viral.
We'll probably get like a big old pole somewhere around here, and then we'll get everybody.
Please. Sign
You
a
guys wanna
liability
try?
first.
Yeah, it's definitely liability, but I'm gonna probably have to put a whole foam zone because a lot of us will probably
too.
fall. Yo, hell yeah. My ass will fall. My strength will not be.
Okay.
I do not have the strength that you have. We start small, but I'd rather be safe and fall in a foam pit
Okay.
because I don't want to hurt myself. I need to
Okay.
come back the next day.
Fair. You run this place.
And
You
I have a
do.
feeling that a lot of people will be interested into it. That's something now in the books. That's something that I'll probably
Okay.
have to speak with the wife. And be
Yeah.
like, hey, let's try something new. I remember she did a class too as well back then. And she said it's different, which is cool. She said the community was dope. I think she did it in Vegas.
Nice. Oh,
Just a
yeah,
class
Vegas.
for shits and giggles. I bet if I bring something or she brings something to the table, people will be interested. People will be more like, okay, cool. Or we take over next door and have a salon for all
There
that
you
shit.
go. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and I have
But-
my Tahoe pole retreat tomorrow. which is
Oh,
incredible.
tomorrow.
My event, yeah.
Oh,
Out
where?
in Tahoe.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a full retreat brand I've created and built over the past few months. Been leading up to it. It's an event, like a pole event, where we're gathering girls from all the states who wanted to join, and we're gonna do 3 days of pole. There'll be pole classes with different instructors. We'll be stretching. We'll be having acro yoga, art therapy on the grass in Tahoe. We're all staying in the same hotel, training in the same studio. There's a schedule set up, and I'm very excited to meet everyone.
You started this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm the
shit.
host. It's the first year this is happening, but I'm very excited.
Fuck yeah,
for
that's
that.
amazing. Something dope.
Yeah, pole retreat. That's my thing. I've been wanting to do one for the longest time. It just seemed impossible, like crazy hard, but it was very rewarding.
But you took the shot and look at it. You're going for it. Like you said, at first it's probably like, oh, fuck. But now you're like, oh, fuck, it's
Yeah,
going down.
It's,
You
it's
said 3
literally
days.
going tomorrow.
3 days.
Tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to go to
Thursday,
Tahoe.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Congrats to that.
Thank you.
Definitely post.
We're going to have a drone recording. We're going to have a photographer coming from a different state. The girls will have photo shoots, pictures taken by a really cool photographer specializing in pole.
Hell yeah.
The Tahoe View will bring a pole out there, and then the studio has poles for classes. So I'll be teaching like flips and splits class. The other girl will do like heels and more central vibes, so everyone can. It's not a lot of people in the retreat this year because the studio only has 8 poles, so we want to make sure everyone has their own pole. But eventually, when I want to grow and find maybe a bigger studio and expand, we can have 20, 30 girls for the
I
retreat.
can see that. I can see you definitely do it. You said it was your first year.
Yeah.
Next year's going to be bigger. Because every year you do something, you learn. See this being big. I haven't heard of it, but in general, I haven't heard this at all. This is amazing. Congrats. You're just going for it. You're going to kill it. Can't wait to see all the
Yes.
posts. Be there to help out however we can. We're going to be here working, but we'll be resharing it, reposting it too, just because
Thank
everybody needs to
you.
see what you're doing to the community. You're bringing people from flexibility, strength, and just dancing. Just dance away. Heck yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, congrats to that. Thank you. But yes, we are going to have to cut it out right now just
Beautiful.
because we got some other ones coming in, Mom.
Cool.
But thank you for coming.
having me.
Okay.
Amazing. I love this community. I love this gym. I love the energy, the vibe. Everything is just making me wanting to shine brighter.
Yes.
Shine brighter.
However we can, we're here to help out as well. We shout you out, we repost it, the whole 9 yards. Please post it. Everybody needs to see that backflip.
Okay.
Because that's going to be crazy. Everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? Watch the comments go crazy. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Let's get it.